Hello and welcome to the May 2nd episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the City of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And David Wolbrecht.
As well as our special guest, Angela Arnold. Welcome,
Hello.
Angela. We're very excited to have you here today.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be talking about your role as our new animal control officer,
Yes.
which is really exciting. You must have some really great stories. We love animal stories.
Yes, we
it's
do.
definitely a topic.
But before we get into that, here are the topics we're covering this week.
We've got a few announcements, including a citywide survey going up, and we've got a grant to help Juanita Creek water quality.
Oh, good.
Yeah, plus the Kirkland Half Marathon. Road closures are coming up in the Juanita area. Parade floats. We're giving away money for helping people with that. And Kirkland Senior Art Show is coming up. So
that's
you
good.
got some art. You
That's
want to get
good.
it shown?
Yeah.
Here's your opportunity.
That's really great. And a reminder that we always have links and more info in the show notes for all of our items.
That's right.
It's like a resource center.
Absolutely.
Big
So
time,
use it,
yes.
as you need. But first, to start off our big story of the week, the Kirkland Police Department, Angela, recovered 2 stolen vehicles and arrested 9 auto theft suspects.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so about a week and a half ago, Kirkland Police received a call reporting 2 vehicles speeding into a condo complex, and some of the folks in the vehicles were wearing ski masks.
Oh, man.
So, yeah,
that
definitely
kinda
a little sketchy.
Tips you off, yeah.
Yeah. And when the officers arrived, they caught several suspects trying to steal a vehicle in the complex.
Wow.
And several of the suspects fled, and so there was kind of an ongoing search.
Oh, and the community helped a lot with that search and catch by providing updated information as the suspects were fleeing the area and hiding in yards, and all that information really
Holy
helped
cow.
KPD. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we got them.
Wow. Great job, KPD.
Yes.
So starting this week, the city will be working with a research partner to conduct the 2024 community survey. Many folks may be familiar with this. Very important survey for the city.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want your feedback to understand your views and priorities for city services. So if you receive a call, text, or email asking you to participate, don't be alarmed. It's not a scam. It's the city's research partner.
Yes. And if you're not contacted in the next 2 weeks, you can still be part of the process. We'll have an open link survey available on the city's website probably around mid-May. And of course, we'll share out more.
And that survey basically is the same questions, right?
It is.
Yeah. So everybody can participate, and
Exactly.
really, really good questions, really important questions.
Indeed.
So please
Yeah.
do. So the city has secured funding for improvements to water quality, always a good thing, in Juanita Creek, which is the city's largest salmon-bearing stream.
So the city is committed to preserving our streams, creeks, and lakes, and we got funding from King County to do just that.
Yeah, so the city is partnering with Adopt a Stream Foundation to help private property owners who live along the stream banks improve the health of Juanita Creek, which in turn, of course, helps the health of Lake Washington.
That's fantastic. The next meeting of the Kirkland City Council is on Tuesday, May 7th. Here, my friends, is what's on the agenda. On the business agenda, the council will be considering amending various sections of the Kirkland zoning code and the Kirkland municipal code.
Yeah, council also received an update on the Rapid Ride, which is King County Metro program, the K line, K for Kirkland, which is entering planning and design.
Council will also recognize the recent graduates of the 33rd Community Emergency Response Training class.
So
Wow.
tune in
Helmets
for the helmets
Okay.
and the high fives?
and the high fives.
Very nice. Very nice.
They high five council, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen it in the past. I don't know.
really
There
cool.
you go.
Not to set expectations too high, but
Council will also receive an update on the capital improvement program.
And prior to the business agenda, the council's study session will include
yeah, continued conversation on a very comprehensive resolution. It's still in draft form, declaring the city's commitment to addressing homelessness. It's a very important topic, as well as various items of council operations from funding and some other kind of procedural items.
Council meetings are streamed live on the city's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and website.
Now, the annual Kirkland Half Marathon and 5K is upon us.
Yeah.
This is happening Sunday, May 5th at Juanita Beach Park.
Ah.
Drivers should expect, of course, traffic delays. And parking restrictions are going to be out there in the area.
That's right. Yeah, and there's already signs up there, so you may have seen it if you've driven past. But vehicles parked in the restricted areas will be towed before the start of the event. So heads up, please don't park there.
And the event is going to be...
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so expect the roads to be closed from around 7 a.m. until around 11.
Yeah.
And,
But feel free to come
good luck
down.
if you're running in it. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Feel free to come down and experience the pomp and circumstance.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, because it will be big fun. Do you want to enter a float in the 4th of July Celebrate Kirkland Parade?
Oh.
I hope so, because we need them.
Well, yeah. And so if your answer in your mind is a maybe or a yes
Come
to
on
that
down.
question, the city wants to offer you support. So we
Yes.
are offering $500.
Wow.
$500
$500.
to up to 20 floats.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if that includes the big inflatables. Can we get a big inflatable like
It's
the
gotta
Macy's
include
parade?
that. We need
Okay.
some inflatables.
Need like a giant,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A floating hockey puck or something. Something like that.
You might have
course.
to explain what that one is.
All your float actually needs to do
Yeah.
is highlight the parade's theme of where we come together
Oh, nice. Yeah.
and celebrate diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging in Kirkland.
I mean, I think
nice.
hockey does
So,
that.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
We can get there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe you have an idea for a float, and if so, come on down.
Come on down. So, calling all artists age 50 and older, share your talents at the 14th annual Kirkland Senior Art Show.
Yes, this beloved annual event is hosted by the Kirkland Senior Council, and there are tons of categories to submit your art to, including oils and acrylics, watercolors, quilts, and more.
Yeah, and shout out to the Senior Council.
Yeah.
I know we have some, mainstay listeners from the Senior Council. So
we love them.
yeah,
yes.
we love them. So your artwork will be on display June 7th through 21st at Merrill Gardens in downtown. So, and that is starting off with a kickoff artist reception. So,
Oh, what fun.
yeah, if you got
fun,
some art,
yeah.
you want to get a show?
Come on down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. So May is Building Safety Month in Kirkland and nationwide. And this year's theme is
Dun, 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 dun,
Mission
dun, 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 dun.
Possible.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh,
Yeah, so building codes, of course, help protect communities from hazards like
Yes.
unsafe wiring, fires, structural collapse, and natural disasters. Very important.
Very serious
yes.
stuff.
And this first week is dedicated to understanding the basics of building safety and how it affects us. And residents can actually be part of building safety, such as making sure that you have a working smoke alarm. That's actually part of a building code.
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. Wow. So more to follow on that, and I think actually next week we might even have our building official.
Building official coming
on
in
as our
about-
special guest.
That's
so
right.
As part of
stay
Building
tuned.
Safety Month.
That's right.
Yeah. So playing sports is healthy and fun for children. However, children can and do get hurt during sports activities.
Fact.
Yeah.
So parents, you play a vital role in keeping your children safe while playing sports.
Yeah, so make sure your child has the correct protective safety gear if it's appropriate for the sport. And take your child to receive medical care if you suspect a concussion or other serious injury.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Have y'all ever gotten any sports injuries?
Is that a trick question?
I'm kind of like the poster child for this.
Oh, really?
For this one?
You've
yeah.
had a few.
Like what?
Yeah, torn ligament in my
Ooh.
foot. Yeah.
Ouch.
Broken leg and rib knocked out of socket.
What sport are we talking about?
Soccer.
Really?
Oh, man.
Did you play a special breed of soccer?
Yes. What kind of
mixed it
soccer
up.
is that?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, the rib one hurt. Yeah, I got taken down by a senior from Skyline High School.
Wow.
But that's all right.
Kate?
Well, I got kind of roughed up on the tennis court
Yeah.
yesterday. But besides that, I can actually say I've never broken a bone. So
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
take the bruises and scrapes.
All right, knock on
Me
wood.
either.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, Angela, all right. Yeah, nice.
Everybody needs to knock on something.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Let's quickly.
Well, I'm just going to cite, my nose, which kind of fakes left and goes right.
Okay.
Hockey helmet, right down on the
hockey,
face.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It was my own fault. I should have just fastened the helmet.
Oh,
And I was an adult. It wasn't a child.
okay. Well, so that highlights the point. If there's
Yeah.
protective
Yes.
gear, make sure that it fits
Yeah.
accurately and
Because I'm
properly.
here for everyone. Just learn from my
your nose.
my endeavors.
Okay.
And that brings us, thankfully, to our 5 over 5. That's 5 questions in what is sure to be over 5 minutes. With our very special guest, Angela Arnold. Welcome, Angela.
Hello.
Our very brand new
Yes.
animal control officer.
Yes.
So exciting.
And we're going to talk all about that. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about the animal control program. Mm-hmm. But first, kind of at a very high level, what's an animal control officer do?
It's a good question. So we are protecting people from animals and animals from people.
Oh, wow. I like that.
I like
That's very
that a lot.
succinct.
It
Makes a lot of
is.
sense.
Because we want to get along. We adore animals.
Yes.
And I think they basically adore us.
I
the
would
most
hope
part,
so.
yeah. But every once in a while, we need an animal control officer to
Yeah.
Yes.
make it all work.
Well,
Yeah.
and part of my job is educating the public on
Yes.
proper care, licensing our pets so
Licensing,
I can
we're
find
talking about
them.
Yeah.
Get them back. Okay.
Licensing
Yes.
is a big deal.
Yes.
But you're out and about in the city.
I am. I'm patrolling the parks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just making sure people are keeping their dog on leashes. And
You go beyond just dogs and cats, obviously, right? Like, would you get
do.
reptiles?
yes, so when I was at the academy, which was in March, I graduated on the 22nd, we did handle very large pythons.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
I've had a python like crawl across my lap.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
No. Yeah, not.
Yes.
I mean, I'm glad there
Well-
are people that are into pythons, but
Yeah.
no.
what
thank
did what did you have to do?
We got to handle
Handle
them.
it?
Yes, and basically they showed us the proper way
okay.
to handle a snake. If you say go into an apartment
Yeah,
and
yeah.
somebody walks in, there's a snake in their apartment.
yeah.
This is not mine. And how to handle that and properly contain it.
Wow.
You know, this has got to be like everyday occurrences, like down in the Florida Everglades.
I know, right?
I mean, that's
Yes.
kind of what
Yeah,
they do,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, one of the animal control officers for King County. She is actually from that
Oh, from
area.
Florida?
Yes,
Oh, that's-
she's
Oh,
had
wow.
some stories.
I bet.
All right, maybe we'll have
We
her
get
on the show
less
later.
crocodiles
Yeah.
around these parks.
Crocodiles and
Yeah, I don't know.
snakes.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get into
Okay,
all that.
okay.
But first, question about you. How did you come to the city of Kirkland?
So I live in this beautiful
Oh.
city.
Oh, nice.
And so when I was looking for jobs, I was laid off from a commercial construction company.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
And
sorry to hear.
so, it led me here.
probably
There you
glad
go.
for us.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah.
There you
City wins in that scenario.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
and so I started looking for government city jobs.
Nice.
And parking enforcement came up first.
Oh,
okay.
And I ended up getting that one.
Oh, congrats.
And then this one was available.
Oh, great.
And I felt it was a better fit for me.
Yeah,
And
good.
so, with a little bit of guidance from my sergeant, she was like, "You need to at least try.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
You
great
have
story.
experience.
that.
You should at least try."
So you
That's
say it's
cool.
kind of a better fit. Do you have a background with animals or anything?
I
or-
do. So I grew up in the Puyallup Valley,
Oh,
and
okay.
we lived on a small farm.
Oh, wow.
So we had cows, we had pigs,
Oh,
we had
nice.
chickens,
Oh, my
barn
goodness.
cats, a dog.
Okay.
So I was constantly
whole-
around.
So
The
you know
whole,
this-
the whole
You
gamut.
know this world very well.
I took
Yeah.
4-H, writing
Oh, yeah, hey,
lessons.
there you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Done deal. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a wonderful story because, you set off into public service, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I just believe in this. Like, good things happen, right? You just
Yeah,
keep
They
following
do.
your heart.
I feel blessed to
Yeah.
be
Wow.
here for sure.
That's
well,
great.
we're blessed to have you. Okay, so a favorite thing. I know you've lived here for a while.
Yes.
A favorite thing doesn't have to be the favorite thing, but a favorite thing about the city.
Well, I know it sounds like I'm partial, but I do
that's
love
okay.
I do love our parks.
Yes.
Yes.
And I get to be in the parks on a daily basis, which
Nice.
is just chef's kiss.
That's awesome.
We do have a lot of responses to that question.
It's true. Parks is definitely a.
Cite the parks.
Yeah. Is there like a favorite park these days for you? Not to, cause division in our listeners, but
Yeah, I just love being by the water. If that
Okay.
gives you a few
Fair.
hints
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
handful
Okay.
of options, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah.
It's kind of a great segue into our next question, which is, tell us a little bit about the Animal Services Program. Because being in the parks, like I suspect a big part of your day is interacting with folks and their pets in the parks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of issues are you dealing with?
So a couple of them that I'm looking for is, for one, is your pet on a leash.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Right? Mitigating, fighting, because dogs get, what's called leash aggression.
Yeah.
So they might be intimidated when a dog off a leash comes up to them and,
Right.
Yeah.
So that is something that is a KMC for a city. So
Yes.
you need to make sure your pets are leashed.
Yeah.
That's our municipal code.
It absolutely is.
So it is the law. You have to keep
It
your
is
pets
the law.
Yeah.
where it is mandated that they be.
It is. And of course, licensing your pet.
that's a big one.
I'm asking about that.
Okay.
And then I'm educating where they can go to get that pet license and
Nice.
making
Okay.
sure they have up-to-date rabies shots to attain a license.
Yes,
Nice,
that's a big,
okay.
very big part of it.
Yeah. And then picking up your pet waste.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
big one for me.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
you got to pick up the pet waste.
Well, talking about water quality.
Yeah.
I mean, we hear from our water quality folks about
I was listening to that earlier.
yeah.
and thinking,
Yeah, you're like,
okay, and
All these shows are connected.
Yeah. Oh my
Angela.
gosh,
There's
it's like we
connectivity.
planned it. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's amazing. So, what are things that folks can do to keep their pets safe, from your perspective?
yes. Well, licensing is huge.
Yeah.
And it not only pays for this program that I am in,
Yeah.
but it also, you're inputting your information so that ID number is connected to your address and your name and your phone number.
Right.
So when I'm, having a pet and it has no owner, I can look at that tag, I can run it, I can
so
see.
much
Yes.
safer and easier.
Yes, and you can take one step further and getting your pet microchipped.
Yeah.
Because I have a scanner. If they don't have a collar on, I can still scan that pet.
You have all the information at,
Yes,
at the,
so
your
that's-
fingertips.
And then
Exactly.
you're just Ubering them back. And driving
Exactly.
them back to their home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So licensing now. Is there anything that you do around, like, I mean, really horrible stories of, animal neglect and stuff like that?
So I'm still new to the program, but I have been in some situations where people are not cleaning up,
Okay.
after their pet, and
gosh.
unfortunately they're living in an unsanitary condition.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So people do love their pets, and sometimes they just need to be educated on making sure they're cleaning up after their pet.
Yeah.
Every 24 hours, you're supposed to be cleaning up your
Got
pet
it.
waste.
Okay.
Good
Yes.
to know.
Okay. And so you're supporting not only safety out there in the community, but also kind of the ongoing welfare of
Right, and
of
making
our-
sure they're
yeah.
up to date with their vaccines,
Yeah, absolutely.
especially
Okay.
with young dogs and cats.
Yeah, they really need
They're
it.
very
Okay.
susceptible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
When you're out in the park, who's having more fun? The dogs or the dog owners?
Or me?
That's such a great answer.
Ooh, fair. Option C, Jim.
Yes.
I think the dog.
I think the dogs.
Yeah.
I gotta think the dogs here.
Yeah.
Or-
Everything
yeah.
is like, oh, bark.
Yeah, park.
New.
Yeah, do the park. It's like Doug the dog in the
Yes.
movie.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
I remember I used to take my puppy Gracie to Marymore Park, and she would chase after these birds, these little birds, and honestly, there was no chance she was catching one of these birds. They were fast as lightning, but man, she almost a couple of times. But I just knew that she knew she wasn't going to get the birds. But man, she loved chasing after them. So I developed this whole thing, the life according to Grace, life lessons according to Grace. And one of the life lessons was, you know what? Don't worry about catching the bird. Just go after the bird and enjoy it.
Living in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Yeah.
Wow, philosophy, folks.
Yeah.
You get news, info, and philosophy.
And philosophy.
Yeah.
All right here on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you get to
Life
experience that every day.
I do. I'm
Which is cool.
lucky.
Yeah, it's awesome. It really is
Wow.
awesome. Okay, so we have a last question.
Okay.
Are you what are you watching these days? A cool book, movie, show,
Podcast.
listening to?
Yeah. And just one that pops in your mind.
Smartless is a good one.
Oh, love
They just had one with 3 presidents on there they got to interview.
Oh, is that right?
Oh,
It's
wow.
with Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
that. They have a great,
That's what I hear.
they have a great
chemistry.
Yeah.
They have a great chemistry.
Yeah, they do.
I listen to that one too. It's really good.
Shows.
I think I asked you before, do you watch Animal Control?
I have seen a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And it's more about the relationship with the people that are working rather than the animals.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Let's
see more animals.
You want more animals? There you go.
You can watch the Discovery Channel or whatever. National Geographic. There you go. Nice.
Well, thank you so much, Angela. Will you stick around for our pop quiz, multiple choice trivia?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
One of these answers purrs with the truth, while the others just bark incessantly, which means we just made them up.
Okay.
Yes, they just keep barking. Okay, so option A, the first animal domesticated by humans was the horse, dating back around 15,000 years.
Interesting.
Sounds practical.
Yep. I know we've ridden them for a little while.
Yeah, option
Okay.
A.
Okay.
Option B, wild coyotes hate bright or flashing lights, and it's an excellent way to deter them.
Okay. I mean, they are, they cruise around a lot.
They cruise around.
Dusk.
And they are nocturnal, right? No?
I mean,
Oh.
Maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it just depends.
Option B,
Yeah.
coyotes,
Okay.
What? Flashing lights.
flashing lights.
Okay.
Option C, the numbers simply don't lie.
Okay.
62 million dog owners can't be wrong that the dog is the best pet to have.
Oh.
And as I say those words,
We just lost half our
I
listeners, Jim.
feel the heat of all the cat owners in the world and
Right.
all other pets.
Right.
Scathing.
Yeah. Option
I don't
C.
discriminate. Just,
Yeah, okay.
just
That's
putting
good.
it out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
clearly Angela is not opting for
C, got it.
option C.
Yes.
No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Horses first domesticated by humans. I don't quite know that far back history.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
I don't know.
It's hard because, cats have been worshipped for
Oh,
a very, very
That's
long
true.
time.
Egypt,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Ancient Egypt.
Wow,
Yes.
there you go.
So I'm not sure.
Is that Set? No. Anyway, my Egyptian mythology is
Yeah.
anyway.
You need to brush up on
We
it.
need to brush up.
Apparently, yeah.
The answer, my friend,
Okay.
is option B.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Most coyotes will get scared off if you flash a light and sweep the area. However, if they are hungry and food is nearby, bright lights won't be enough to deter them.
Okay.
That makes
No.
sense.
So you gotta be careful with that food.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned a raccoon story with.
Raccoons,
That's right.
I don't think raccoons give a hoot about bright lights.
No.
That's my suspicion.
No.
But I don't know. If you got food out there,
Yeah. You gotta watch out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So option A. So for horses, humans first domesticated them between 5,000 and 6,000 years ago.
Wow.
Because did you know that dogs are in fact the first animal humans domesticated about 15,000 years ago?
Wow.
Yeah, and so it is true that there are over 62 million American households with dogs, and there's over 37 million with cats.
Wow.
So
That's a lot.
that is a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
We
Pet
love our
ownership.
pet
We
ownership.
love our pet
and-
ownership.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angela, for being on the podcast. We loved having you.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't forget to participate in the city survey. And don't forget to license your pet, Angela. Is that right?
And don't forget to clean up your pet waste.
Yes.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
right.
There you go.
Friendly reminder.
Very positive, friendly reminders. And that does it for this week, my friends. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Special thanks to Anthony Girardi and Victor Durantes for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
Our next episode is May 9th. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.